with a couple of really recent ones actually. One I finished in a car park in Richmond day before yesterday, and one about Seamus Heaney. So they're both poems about, one's about my wife's grandmother who passed away a couple of weeks ago, and the other's about Seamus Heaney, the poet, Irish poet who passed away recently. So they're about attempts by love and art to overcome death, I suppose. This one's called Blackberry Picking. The day after Seamus Heaney died, I went to search for blackberries. At the end of August, tied in the heat-twisted knotting of late summer, walking a thin line up to the cusp of a new season, before the West Coast rains returned, before the cold came, shouldering itself back in. Most berries had already gone, determined with their sticks, having already beaten the bushes flat, taken everything. The only ones that I could find were those where people didn't want to go, beyond the twisted shins of the disused rail lines, out of sight of condominiums, the mutually assured policing of ordinariness, the cosy paranoia of neighbours, beyond the homeless people's seasonal campsite, the unpicked bulges of their possessions hanging overripe in white plastic bags from the thin limbed trees, out to where the fruit still lived, the thick rosary of berry flesh still unbroken, the solid blood uncut, untroubled, loosening me in its gravity, the stigmata of joint juice pressing through my hands, as I promised that dead Irishman who I'd never met, though I'd eat as many as I could. None would go to waste. The rat-grey fungus would be banished, the sourness of decay would not be known, at least in this place for this one day. I'm going to read one more. This is my wife's grandmother, and it features quite a lot of talk of, a couple of lines in there about fat white people, fat white men. But if you're one of those, I'm one of those, so don't just the comic effect, you know. Us fat white guys have to stick together, so. This one's called Cooking for the Dead. It's a bit of an experiment. I'm going to finish with this one. It's a bit of an experiment because, as I say, I only finished it a couple of days ago, and you know, who knows, I might suddenly realise it's awful after a bit and rewrite it. But here goes, Cooking for the Dead. After her death, my children baked cookies in the apocalypse of colliding ingredients, not comprehending forever loss they'd just been served, that someday they would have to eat, if only bit by bit. That morning as I drove to work, the traffic took me, snookered me away in a pocket gridlocked highway. It turned me to make space for the annual 9/11 commemoration parade as it dredged itself past, heading for the USA. Fat white men on motorbikes, fat white men in vintage fire trucks, fat white men in cop cars, expanding themselves out in the 30 ambulances with their lights flashing, transporting air under the hard thump of fading and resurrecting red. Over the border as they approached, 1,000 barbecues were being lit. I sat there in this car that had been hers, eyeing the emergency services leaving the country, aware of her space, the passenger seat where she should have been, yet now was not. Pressed by her non-being, that will always be here, lost but unlosable, accompanied to this hunger in which knowing another is endless. Thank you. I think I'm going to finish there. Thank you very much.